is a mid-century modern home. This view is fantastic. The lighting is great.
You like it?
Yeah, do you?
This is good. I'm very happy.
Excuse me, is your name Simon?
Yes, sir.
It is you. We went to school together.
This is my wife, Robin. This is, I didn't get your name.
Gordon Mosley. Gordo.
Gordo? Oh my God. I'm so sorry I didn't recognize you. It's been a very, very long time. Welcome home, smiley face, Gordo.
How do you think he got our address? That's an expensive bottle of wine. We should thank him.
I believe that the bad things in life, they can be a gift.
That guy's odd.
He's a little socially awkward, but I can be like that. Gordo, hi.
Hi.
After high school, and some people stay exactly the same.
Thank you.
He's delusional and thinks that we're friends.
Thanks for a lovely dinner.
Fish food. You don't find that a little troubling?
I said that I wanted fish.
And all the visits when you're alone. They used to call him Gordo the Weirdo.
I think he's nice, and he's been very generous.
What you're talking about is a one-sided friendship. You're essentially being forced into a breakup.
There's no easy way to say this. Don't visit us anymore.
It's not over.
Simon, after all these years, I was willing to let bygones be bygones.
What does that mean?
I do not know.
But it must mean something. Hello? Bygones be bygones after all these years.
What the hell was that?
That was big.
Gordo!
What does bygones be bygones mean?
It's over!
Simon has a full file on him.
You think he's been lying to you?
Just tell me what happened.
It's 25 years ago.
I have no idea who you really are.
Simon says, new house. Simon says, beautiful wife. Simon says, you think you're done with the past, but the past is not done with you.
What's up, peeps? Today I'm going to be reviewing... Ooh, working on that camera angle right there. Today I'm going to be reviewing the movie The Gift by... written and directed by Joel Edgerton. He also stars in the movie, and it stars Jason Bateman, Rebecca Hall, Allison Tomlin, and a few other cast and crew. And basically, the premise of this movie is Jason Bateman's character and his wife, played by Rebecca Hall, moved to California. Originally, they're from Chicago. Not originally. I think they actually, Jason Bateman actually went to school in California, and so he's moving to a town close by, and he runs into someone who went to his high school named Gordo, played by Joel Edgerton. And Gordo's a little socially awkward, and it seems like a one-sided friendship, and Jason Bateman's character tries to break it off, and it goes from there. I don't want to give too much away, because then it'd run into things like spoiler alerts, and I don't want to do that for you. But I will say this movie is pretty good. It is a psychological thriller. It takes a lot of twists and turns. The whole time it had me guessing, and I didn't know what was going to happen. It was just a great thriller to go to. It didn't fall into the normal cliches, and critics agree. It got 90% and higher on the Rotten Tomato meter, but I'm here to review the movies for you, not Rotten Tomatoes. And it is an enjoyable experience. The one thing I will say, though, is you don't have to go to the theater to necessarily enjoy that experience. That's not to say you shouldn't see this movie, but in the same way I thoroughly enjoyed Gone Girl, even if I watched it on DVD months after it actually came out on theaters, and I still enjoyed it. I think you can also enjoy this movie if you don't have the money to go to the theaters right away. Anyways, I love the cast in this movie because Jason Bateman and Rebecca Hall and Joel Edgerton all do a fantastic job, and that's what makes this movie great. Is psychological thrillers are based on the characters, and they all do a phenomenal job, and the writing is great too. This is Joel Edgerton's directorial debut, and man, does he hit the home run. I can't wait to see what he does next. What I will say though is that the first half was really good, and the second half, don't get me wrong, was good, but it fell a little flat. Sure, there were climactic moments, but the ending was a little anticlimactic for me, and I think there was a few more twists and turns that could have happened. In fact, I don't say this a lot in movies, but I actually think this movie could have been longer. It right now sits at around 104-ish minutes, so that's about an hour and 40 minutes, give or take. I think it could have been 2 hours, 2 hours 15, and been an even better movie, just throw in a little bit more twists and turns. But other than that, it was still a good movie. exiting the theater, I think I would have given this a 4 out of 5 stars. But thinking back, it was good, but it's not something that just completely blew me away to the point where I wanted to give it a very, very high rating. But I don't think it deserves the 3.5 stars because I think that's a little too low. I think that doesn't do it justice. So I'd give this movie somewhere between a 3.5 and 4 stars, even though due to my scale restrictions based on my mentor Andy Daly, who's better known as Forrest McNeil, I can't necessarily formally give it anything in between. So I guess I'll give it a 4 stars for now. I feel like being a little bit generous today. But it is a great movie. I'd highly recommend you to watch it. And even if you can't watch it in theaters, watch it when it comes out on DVD. The acting is great. Joel Edgerton does a great job writing and directing this movie. He's acted in previous films like Warrior, Jason Bateman, of course, many comedies. But you get to see his acting depth in a movie that isn't a comedy. Rebecca Hall, great as always. So this is the first movie I've actually ever seen her in. I guess I just haven't seen a lot of Rebecca Hall movies, but I learned a lot more about her after I researched more on this film. I think most people would enjoy this if you're into thrillers. It's not super scary. This isn't The Strangers or anything. Most people, even if you're not into scary films like myself, can watch this. And by seeing myself, I'm saying I'm not the biggest fan of scary movies, though occasionally I will watch one every now and then. But aside from that, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate your support. If there's anything you want me to review, just let me know.